Hello, guys. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more class at SEDA College Online. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone. And welcome to one more lesson. Yeah, I'm teacher Camila, and this is our beginner level. And I'm happy you guys are here again. So thank you again for participating. And I want to know, are you new? Is this your first class? If it's your first class, nice to meet you and feel welcome. And yesterday, actually, since Friday, we're talking about the past simple. We started with the regular verbs, then we talked about a little bit of irregular, had, get, do, and go on Monday. Yesterday, I gave you more examples of irregular verbs, and today is our last lesson about the past simple, and we're going to put them together, the regular and the irregular verbs and the differences. Okay? Good. So, get ready. Get your material. Today we have lots of exercises, so I always recommend that you do the exercise there in your house, write down your answers, participate, because then you can check your answers and see if you understood, and always after the class you can download the slides so you can do the exercises again if you need. Okay? Good. So let's see. We're talking about past simple, regular and irregular verbs. So what is the difference between the two of them? How do I know when is a regular and when is an irregular verb? Let's have a look. So we're talking about two forms of the verbs here, the base form and the past form. So for example, arrive is in the base form. Yes, arrive. And the past form of arrive is arrived. Then we have drive in the base form and drove in the past form. Okay, teacher, but what's the difference? Let's see. This first one, it follows a pattern. What is a pattern? Something that is always the same, that is always repeated. So the pattern here is ed. So we have the base form verb plus ed, and it becomes arrived for the past form. This is a regular verb. So when a verb follows the pattern plus ed to form the past form, it's a regular verb. When we talk about drive and drove, there is no ed. I can't say drived. It's incorrect. The past of drive is drove. So it doesn't follow a pattern, which means it's not always the same rule. So that's an irregular verb. Okay? So every time we have ed in the past form, it's a regular verb. When we have a completely different word for the past that is not an ed form, is an irregular verb. Now let's talk about regular verbs. So usually to form a past simple irregular verb, we use the base form plus d or ed or ied. So how do we do it? Let's start talking about the plus d. Examples, we have like, liked, agree, agreed, die, died. So what do all of these verbs have in common? They are all finished in E. Yeah? So when the verb is finished in E and we want to put in a regular verb is finished in E and we want to put it in the past form, we just have to add D. We don't need to put ED because we already have an E here. Okay? Next, let's talk about plus ED. We have here some examples. Jump, jumped. Call, called. Look, looked. So what do they have in common? All of these verbs are finished in consonant. So here it's finished in P, double L, K. So finished in consonants, we add ED. Okay? Then we have another group of words. Play, played. Stay, stayed. Enjoy, enjoyed. So what these verbs have in common? They're all finished in Y. So we add ed, but there is something more important here. These verbs are finishing vowel plus Y. So we have vowel A plus Y, vowel A plus Y, vowel O plus Y. So if the verb is finished in vowel plus Y, we add ed. Okay? Then let's talk about IED. Let's see again these examples. Cry, cried. Study, studied. Try, tried. So what do these verbs have in common? They are also finished in Y, teacher. So why here add IED and not just ED? Because these verbs are finished in Y, but before that we have a consonant. So consonant R, consonant D, consonant R. So if it's a consonant plus Y, what we do? We cross out Y and then we add IED. So cried, studied, tried. So you have to pay attention. If it's a verb finished in Y, you have to pay attention if the letter before is a vowel or a consonant. If it's a vowel, we put ED. If it's a consonant, we put IED. Okay? Good. Now let's talk about the irregular verbs. The irregular verbs, they have no fixed pattern. So we don't have a rule like D, ED, or IED. The verbs, they can be very different. So let's start talking about these verbs here. Base form, put, past form, put. Base form, cut, past, cut. Base cost, past, cost. Sometimes irregular verbs are the same in the base form and past form. Sometimes. So here it doesn't change. We can use in the present or in the past. They have the same form. Okay? These are some examples. But it's not always like this. Most of the time, they are completely different or a little bit different. So for example, we have verb to be. The past is was or were. Do, did. Say, said. Go, went. Tell, told. See, saw, have, had. These are all irregular verbs. So we don't use ed to form the past. We have to memorize. Teacher, but how do I know if it's the verb is regular and I put ed, or if it's irregular and what's the past form? I'm sorry to tell you that, but the only way is by memorize. You need to study the verb and memorize if it's regular, if it's irregular or regular, and what's the irregular form. Okay? So that's why we're going to practice a lot today. So let's listen and repeat together these verbs, and then we're going to talk about some other verbs too. So repeat with me. Be, was or were. Do, did. Say, said. Go, went. Tell, told. See, saw. Have, had. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a few more irregular verbs. Fly, like the airplane flies and the bird fly. The past is flew. Leave, left. Meet, met. Where, were. Come, came. Get, got. Buy, bought. So here are some of the most common irregular verbs. So try and write them down, say out loud, try to write sentences in the past using the verbs, the irregular verbs is the best way to start memorizing them. Okay? So again, we're going to talk about this second table. I'm going to read and I want you to listen and repeat with me. Let's practice the pronunciation, okay? So let's go together. Say fly, flew. Leave, left. Meet, met. Where, were. Come, came. Get, got. Buy, bought. Don't worry, you're gonna practice and you're gonna memorize them and you're gonna be awesome. Okay? So let's talk about the verb be. Verb to be in the past. So the verb to be is an irregular verb too. So it changes. So when I say I, he, she, or it, the verb to be is was. So I was hot yesterday. It was really hot. You, we, or they, we use were. You were at school yesterday. And then we have the negative. Yes, I, he, she, or isn't. We say wasn't. I wasn't hot yesterday. Or you weren't at school yesterday. And then we have here the question form. So when we ask a question in the past with the verb to be, we start with the verb. So was she tired? Yes, she was. Were they at home? No, they weren't. Where were you at 3 o'clock? So here we have first the question word, then the verb to be. Where were you at 3 o'clock? I was on the bus. Okay? So this is the verb be. Regular verbs, affirmative sentences. I played soccer yesterday. So this is the affirmative sentence. And then we have the negative sentence. I didn't play soccer yesterday. What's important to notice here? When we are making an affirmative sentence, we add the ed at the end of the verb. Yeah? When we are making a negative sentence, we use didn't and then the verb doesn't have ed. You can't use ed here. We only use ed for affirmative sentences. For negatives, we use didn't. I didn't play. I can't say I didn't played. It's incorrect. So I didn't play. Okay? Affirmative again. They worked last weekend. So affirmative sentence, we put ed. Negative sentence. They didn't work last weekend. So I can't say didn't worked. It's incorrect. I have to say didn't work. No ed for past. Then we have the question form. The auxiliary verb for the past simple is did. So we'd have to start the sentence with did. Did you like the film? Excuse me. So again, if you have did in the sentence, you can't put the ed form. We use the verb in the base form. I can say did you liked the film. It has to be did you like the film. And then the answer can be yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Where did you stay? Again, the verb in the base form. They stayed at a hotel because this is an affirmative sentence. Cool? Now, the irregular verbs follows the same structure for sentences as the regular verbs. The difference is that the verb doesn't have ed, but it's the same structure. Let's see. I got up early this morning. So got up is the past form of get up. So if it's an affirmative sentence, we use the verb in the past form. I didn't get up early this morning. This is a negative sentence. So again, we use didn't. Yes, for negative we use didn't, and the verb in the base form. I didn't get up. Second, they had dinner at home. So had is the past of the verb have. So they didn't negative. They didn't have dinner at home. Didn't and then the base form have. And the question follows the same structure too. We start with did and the verb in the base form. Did you do your homework? I can't say did you did. Wrong. Yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Where did she go last summer? She went to Chile. So here we're using the past form of go because it's an affirmative sentence. All right? Cool. Let's work. All of these verbs are irregular. So I wanted to try and write the past form of them. Can you remember? Yes? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes on the clock. Try to write down the past form of these verbs. Write them down on your notebook. And in 2 minutes, we're going to check the answers together. Okay? So let's work. 2 minutes, huh? Sorry. Two minutes, guys. Write down the answers. Let's see if you have good memory and if you can remember all of the irregular past form of these verbs. Few more seconds. Okay, can we start checking your answers? Let's see. The past of go, went. Past of be, was or were, depends on the subject. Do, did. Have, had. Say, said. See, saw. Tell, told. Leave, left. Let's practice saying them. Repeating is a very good way to help the memory, okay? So let's try and repeat them, learn the pronunciation, and memorize the past form of the verbs. So let's go together. Say go, went, be, was or were, do, did, have, had, say, said, see, saw, tell, told, leave, left. Good job, way to go. Now, an easier one. Sorry, let me just fix something here. Dun, dun, dun. These are regular verbs now. So now it's easier. All of these verbs are regular. So you only need to add D, ED, or IED. So you just need to pay attention to the verb and add D, ED, or IED. Okay? Excuse me. So write down the answers on your notebook. I'm gonna give you 1.5 minutes and we're gonna start the correction. Okay? So write down the past form of these verbs. A few more seconds. All right, let's start the correction, shall we? Want, wanted. So we add ed. Rent, rented. Stay, stayed. So here it's finished in y, but before it's a vowel. So stay, stayed. Visit, visited. Arrive, arrived. So this is finished in E, so we just add D. Answer, answered. Look, looked. Talk, talked. Ask, asked. Wait, waited. Easy. Regular verbs are very easy, aren't they? So again, let's listen and repeat and practice. Yeah? Want, wanted. Rent, rented. Stay, stayed. Visit, visited. Arrive, arrived. Answer, answered. Look, looked. Talk, talked. Ask, asked. Wait, waited. Good job. Now, I have a challenge for you. It's not a very easy exercise, but I know that you guys can do it. Okay? So we have here a short story. It's about a family holiday, and I want to oops, I want you to complete the blanks, fill in the blanks with the verbs in brackets in the past form. Very simple. So try to remember if it's regular or irregular and what's the correct form of the past. Okay? I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes to complete the exercise. There are many verbs there. Try to write down your answers and we're gonna check them together. Okay? So 3 minutes, complete the blanks, and we're gonna check them together. So start working. One more minute. Try to complete as many as you can. All right, are you guys ready to start checking? Yes, shall we start checking your answers? It's okay if you didn't complete everything, but if you want to do this exercise with more time and to have the opportunity to study verb by verb, you can download these slides after the class and then you can try and do the exercises with more time and maybe revisiting the grammar. Okay, so let's see. Last summer, my family and I went to Spain for a holiday. We rented a house in Malaga. The weather was amazing. We did different things every day. Sometimes we went to the beach and visited churches. On other days, we stayed in the house. It had a big pool, so we were very happy. One evening, a man arrived at the door. "Good evening," he said. "I'm your neighbor. Are your children at home?" "Yes," I answered. "I think so. Why?" "I saw a boy near the village. I think he was your son." I looked outside. My daughter was in the swimming pool, but my son wasn't. Come on, I told my husband. We need to go to the village. We went to the village and we saw our son. He was outside an ice cream shop. He had a big ice cream in his hand. Why did you leave the house? I asked. I wanted an ice cream, he said. Okay, did you get some of your answers right? Were them correct? Good job, good job. So I recommend you to try and do this exercise again with more time after the class. Take your time and then use these slides to check your answers. All right? So that's it, guys. This is our last class about past simple. Tomorrow we're going to talk about present simple and present continuous and the differences. So don't miss our class tomorrow. It's very important. And that's it. Thank you so much for coming to the class. Have a lovely day and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? See you guys. Bye.